Hello, everyone. I hope that you are doing okay. Let me know that you can hear me in the chat. And if you can hear me, please place a number one. And then once I see the number one, I know we can get started. This is what we're going to be doing today. We're really in part three, if you count the Sundays. Now, on Wednesdays is the Q&A. And if you are seeing me, it is a privilege. That means that we are doing our Sunday morning at 8 from 8 to 10, approximately 8 to 10. We're doing it on the main platform. We typically do that about twice a month. But since we came into this new year, the theme of this year is the turning point. Since we've came into this new year, we have really been taking time with the public, the general public, so that you can get the information that we have been getting concerning 2022, actually all the way back from 2020 all the way up until now. Everything is converging. And you probably feel it. You probably can sense it that things are changing, particularly if you're in America or in those other global hot zones, to where there is some very seismic shifts that are happening. And I want to help you just navigate it all so that you're pretty clear on what is happening. Knowledge is power. And those that I serve and those that I coach, I have been giving them all of the knowledge that I have to help them be able to navigate with everything that is going on. And so I want to help the normal Larry Reid Live viewer. Larry Live show started out as being a commentary space, and it really threw us into the gossip culture. But we've never been a gossip platform. It's always discussing what is happening in our world, particularly online in the Black Christian church. Then it expanded to Christianity, no matter what the hue of your skin. And now we've begun to talk about the sacred cows and the elephants that are in the room of Christianity that just are being ignored. And so topics when it comes to homosexuality, when it comes to women in power, women in general, sexuality, period, money, as relates to power and position, patriarchy, toxic masculinity, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it goes on, even topics that deal with our politics in America. And since we have made that shift, I guess people have gotten less interested. And I'm okay with that because I understand that business because I've done it. And I'm so grateful to all of you that found us all those years. And thank you to Hollywood that found me and put me in shows. And I was just talking to a producer yesterday for something that I actually did many years ago that they're talking about rebooting and re-airing. And I don't mind it because I like the chick. Anyway, so now we're entering a more serious time. And although you're probably going to laugh because I'm naturally funny, you need information. And I want to make sure you get the information. And it's great that I have a lot of people that I've been helping, but I would like to help more people, not just American people, people that don't look like me. And there's something that is happening globally amongst the Abrahamic faiths. In this country that I'm in right now, Islamic, lots of Muslims. And I see it happening here. I see it happening in America. And actually, some of my Jewish connections online is happening in the Jewish culture, Jewish, Islamic, and Christian, the Abrahamic faiths. There is a shift that is happening. And it is an amazing shift. People are reforming, they're deconstructing, and they're remaining in their religion. That's what I think is so amazing. And maybe because that's how I am. Although I am a deconstructionist and I am this, that, and the other. I pay attention to the astrology, numerology, and some everything, and very into the African spiritual systems and religions. But I'm still a Christian. I'm just a different type of Christian. I'm a Christian that has no judgment for the Jewish people or the Islamic people. In fact, I actually like Islam as the best of the Abrahamic religions. Yes, I said it. I've been saying it, but y'all ain't heard me say that out here on the public platform. of all the Abrahamic religions, I actually think Islam is it's my favorite. It is. But I am a Christian, and I pull from these other Abrahamic faiths what I see works and what is good and what is kind. And I think the deconstructed and the reform Muslim, Christian, and Jewish person, they're finding each other. And I actually think it's Islam that is responsible for the community that these different belief systems, the followers that are devout, I think that religion is responsible for the community that is happening amongst us all, both the conservative and the more modern. Islam has a tolerance in it that is remarkable. Some things that Christianity was many years ago when I was a child. I am 48 years old, and I remember that version of Christianity. And it was so much like Islam is today. Of course, there are extremists in all religions, and propaganda is plenty. But I remember the Christianity that was pure, that was kind, that was loving. I remember leaving the door unlocked. Now, see, you may be too young for that. I remember when we didn't lock the doors, everybody watched out for each other. Everybody's daughter was every father's concern. Everybody's son, the mom, that's my son too. They has a village mentality. Now, all of that goes back to Africa, the first civilization and the first humans. But we got away from that, particularly in Christianity. We've gotten away from that. And in the West, it's gone. But I remember that type of Christianity. And those things are still intact in the Islamic community. Now, I know, just like in Christianity, there are many different types and kinds, and everybody's different. But my experience of Islam here in this country, in the UAE, has been amazingly beautiful. And it's just like what I read and studied decades ago. And I think that we should begin to learn from each other. Black, white, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Islamic, African religion, or whatever you are. There's so many religions. I think we need to sit down and connect. And where it matters, we need to unite. The only way the IQ and the spiritual IQ can go up on this planet is that there is unity. And one thing I love about Dubai, the Sheikh, Rashid, he had a vision of that, and it's happening here. There's a Jewish temple, there's a church, and a mosque all on the same piece of property, and the people commingle in between services. What? I've never seen nothing like that in America. In the West, our Christianity is filled with pride. It's very supremacist, elitism. We got some stuff we got to get right. And then it done seeped into the Black church. That just makes it even more hideous. But anyway, we are in a turning point year. 2026 is the turning point year. And the Spirit, as we begin to talk about that, we begin to say the turning point and the tipping point year. So January, we dealt with the turning point. And in February, we're dealing with the tipping point energy and what that means. And we're looking at Prophet Noah and that story. And we're pulling the parallels, and we're looking into the stars, and our ear is open to the voice of God, the voice of the Spirit, the voice of Allah, however you decide to call. that one God who is not Muslim, Christian, or Jewish is speaking to us like the Spirit spoke to Jesus, like the Spirit spoke to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he received the Quran over a 23-year period. The Spirit is talking, and you're feeling that you must change, and you cannot fight this change, and you must lean into and work with all of the energies that are responsible for your pivot, your shift, and your change. Go with that. That's the Spirit. The Spirit is talking, and the Spirit is revealing some things. Go with that. Don't resist that. I know your church brain can get triggered up, even by what I'm saying, but as the Spirit is telling you to do certain things, why is the Spirit saying this to me now, this way? And nobody taught me. So you're remembering from where you come. God has chosen to sit himself in us. And we are starting to remember our purpose, the purpose for which we are here. And that is causing you to get into some technologies and get into some information that no man has taught you. You didn't read it in the Quran. You didn't read it in the Talmud. You didn't read it in your Bible. But something told you, you see. That's the Spirit. Whether that is the Spirit of God or other messengers in the spirit world like angels and ancestors that came before you that you are a continuation of. Something talking to you. Listen to that. I know it could be uncomfortable, but just lean into that. Because that is going to set you free. So we're about to get started. I want everybody to hit like and share. Tell all of your family, all of your friends that the Larry Live Show is on the main platform, and we're having a discussion about the tipping point. And I'm going to be telling you on this broadcast, reviewing some stuff already said, but by the end of this broadcast, you're going to know what months over the next 3 years. 2026 is the turning point year, and this opens a 3-year period of extreme, painful, excruciating, amazing, loving, and extraordinary change. And I want you to know what time of the year is important according to the stars and according to what the Spirit of God has revealed unto me. And I'm going to share that with you so that you can have all of the information so you can be armed with knowledge, and knowledge is power. All right. I want you to go ahead and get yourself together and tell your brother and your sister to come on over here for about 2 hours to have this conversation, and consider joining the community and praying with us 4 times a week at 8 a.m. in your personal life. And this is one of the things I love about Islam. I've always taught that in Christianity, people ain't said it. We supposed to be praying 3 times a day. When I came here, my first trip in 2024, and I saw the 5 quadrants, how the day were broke to pray, fell in love with it and adapted it. So if I receive your teruma, if you do the tithing and you do that through MBNG, you should consider embracing that, because it's my practice. And if I'm your personal prophet, supervising priest, or whatever you want to call it, embrace it and just try it on for size and just see how that works. We are a community where you are welcome to ask questions every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sitting in this chair answering your questions, but in the closed community, so you can get as raw as you want, and I will help you. If I can answer it, then there are experts in this community that probably can. I'm going to tell you all about that and some more, but watch this and consider becoming a part of our Patreon.
Looking for a vibrant community where faith meets empowerment? Welcome to the LRL community on Patreon. Here, you'll gain access to our financial wellness plan to level up your money game and the Build Your Immune System Health and Wellness Lifestyle Plan to keep your health in check. But that's not all. With the groundbreaking AIR project, we're creating jobs in Africa, beginning in Ghana. Plus, you'll unlock insider tips from senior executives across industries. And the best part? Be a part of our daily prayers, weekly coaching sessions with Dr. Larry Reid himself, Sundays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Breakdown Q&A Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Patreon, and so much more. It's time to connect, grow, and thrive. Get the apps, grab the merch, and join us on patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let's build something amazing together. The LRL community is waiting for you. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid, an examination of the Larry Reid Live Show perspective. Available now on Amazon and Kindle. Inside, he shares his unfiltered perspectives on the issues the church often avoids: the role of women, deconstruction, fatherlessness, homosexuality, decolonization, and the clash between Western and African Christianity, and so much more. Get your copy today on Amazon and Kindle. Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of MBN Global, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangster Trap Queens, streaming online at BET.plus.
I'm pretty sure some of you, as I said, you probably can feel it. You've been having a lot of dreams. One night, the other night, I had 3 dreams back to back that were so insightful. And I had some help. Of course, I've been interpreting dreams since I was a teenager. And so I created a chat GPT. I want all of the moderators to begin to put the link in the chat. If you had chat GPT, and you should have several different AI mechanisms, Perplexity, there's Glock, there is DeepSeek, of course, chat GPT, Gemini. You really need to be working with these. Let me tell you this. If you're not working with AI, you're not going to have a job. And you need to be working with AI to the point to where you are building your own AI systems to make you unbeatable when it comes to competing in your industry. The people that are doing that right now are the people that are going to have their job. There are even some people that may be listening to me that have contracts with companies, and your relationship with them has caused you to be able to keep that contract. But the way that the world is changing, even if your boss loves you, in order for them to compete in their industry, they're going to need somebody that's better than you. And the person that's better than you is the person who is working with AI. Please hear me. I don't care if you're a PA. If you're not working with AI, you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your contract. You must work with AI. AI ain't taking your job. AI is making experts in your job. And if you are not doing that, you are going to be replaced. It don't matter how much that company, that boss, that entrepreneur loves you. To compete in the industry and continue to grow, they're going to need people that are better than you. And AI actually causes you, if you use it correctly, to be a better human in production, in conversation, when it comes to your budgets, when it comes to creating these different money-making ideas and putting them into form. I'm telling you right now, I know you're only the PA, but you can tell your boss, I made an app that can do what you've been saying you needed. That's the person that's going into the future. Please listen to me right now and hear me. If you are not working with AI, start saving your money right now. And we don't use saving when it comes to money in the community, but I'm speaking on the main platform. So let me use terms you understand. Because you're going to need that money. Because you're not going to have a job. Please hear me. You're going to have to get rid of your game time. You're going to have to get rid of your girl time and replace it with learning AI. Because if you don't, you're not going to have a job. And I want you to hear me really good. You're not going to have a job. I know somebody told me that. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's a wrap. Well, let me get on. I'll write this whole week. But some of us just think it's going to stay all right. And you know, they really put us in that kind of space and place as Americans. You know, that, it's happening over there. And I'm going to be all right. All right. And I've said this before, but I need you to be very clear. If you're not, I don't care if you're a radio talking head, you need to begin to upgrade the conversation that you're having and become an expert and be known for a particular conversation that nobody can do except you. Because you've developed your relationship with your AI to where your AI now can help you do your job better. Listen to me. I am telling you, I'm a pretty smart dude, and I've been doing this job for many years. I'm a great speaker and teacher, but AI makes me even better, sorting my thoughts, helping me break down. Because a lot of times I be way up here, and I say, take this, drop my notes in there, and make it 6th grade reading level, because that is the average reading level of every American. We're a very stupid country. I hate to say it, but we are. We're not well read. We speak one language. Hence, we're prone to Alzheimer's and to dementia. When you learn more than one language, every other country knows, average person, 2 to 5 languages. It protects the prefrontal cortex from the damage of all those sugars that we've been pumped with in America. Hear me, hear me, hear me. I don't care if you're 70. If you got a business, somebody is going to replace you if you're not working with AI, or you have hired somebody who is working with AI that's helping you in your blind spot. Because as a boss, you got to know how to hire people who are able to do what you can't do. Hire your weakness. So please hear me. It don't matter how much they love you. They will fire you if they want it that bad. Because in order for you to take your business to the top, you got to have people that are in the future. Because what is right now as I sit here is going to be outdone. It was every 18 months. Now it's every 8 months. What is said gets outdated by what is happening in the culture and in technology in 8 months. Have you upgraded what it is that you do well over the last 8 months? And the answer is no, because you're comfortable. You're going to become obsolete. First, you become a liability, then obsolete. And no entrepreneur, boss, Fortune 100, 200, 500 company is going to sit around and wait for that, for you to get a clue. So you need to right now get really, really necessary for the dreamer and the visionary you working with, or you are going to become a liability pretty quick. It'll be in this year. I prophesy, but then I also analyze because it's information based. But the spirit confirms what I'm saying. In this year, you'll become a liability. And by the end of this year, obsolete. Your contract will be over. Please hear me. Please hear me. Trust my track record. Only thing I do is drive buses. Please hear me. Please hear me. Fix that right now and make that priority. Okay? All right, so I meant to play one more commercial. Let me see if it's still in here. Oh no, I done the dream thing. Okay, so we just go ahead with our teaching today. It's 5:31, so we got the business out the way. Are y'all ready to do a quick review and then begin to go into the future? And I got a lot of stuff I want to say. I haven't been on Larry Live platform, and I haven't been with you guys. I had off ever since Wednesday, which has been amazing. But there's so much in my head and there's so much on my heart that I've just been contemplating and thinking about. I hope you get every drop, sop it up, because you won't get this moment again. I won't get this moment again. So this moments happen one time. That's why it's good to be a listener, and you're not listening if you're not listening, taking notes, because you're not going to get this moment again. Well, Larry, I can watch the replay, but you're still not in the moment. You're watching the recording of the moment, the record of the moment. You've been notified about the moment that already occurred. So this moment, those of you that are in the chat, I want us to collectively honor the moment. Collectively begin to honor this moment. I don't know what all of what I'm going to say out of my mouth, but I'm already in anticipation of the nuggets, of the insight, the downloads that are going to be happening as we are together. So let's honor this moment as a holy, a sacred moment, or ordained moment, and let's sop it up with a biscuit. Now you gotta be country, and maybe from North Carolina, somewhere in the dirty South in America, to understand. I mean, the U.S., United States. I got to stop saying America because America counts the whole continent. You got to be from the dirty in the United States in order to understand. Sop it up. Anybody ever heard sop it up? That means you eat the plate to the point where the little morsels and the juice. I just got a visual of neck bones. Oh, that would be so good. I have to settle for an oxtail. I don't think they do neck bones. The neck bones, that the cow, the pig, because they don't eat nothing out the pig over here. Neck bones sitting down in cabbage, liquor in your plate, and all of that mix up with the macaroni and cheese cream in there. And that's all. And you take that biscuit and you sop all of it up. My God! Oh, so many memories from the country, grandma, in that stove, that raggedy stove. Oh, such a blessing. All right. Oh, y'all know in the chat, Erica Batson says, now I'm hungry. I'm sorry, because I tend to do people like that, because I'm in my spirit as a 565-pound man, a version of me. And he eats. Oh my God. Elder makes me hungry. It does. Did y'all taste that? Did y'all taste that neck bone with the rice? Oh God. See, I ain't talking about biscuits. Y'all get them, and they got some good, them little bread rolls with the 3 ribs on top of them. I don't know what you call it, the soft roll, and you put butter on. They good. But ain't nothing like when grandma go in there with her fingers and with the flour, and she take that thing and roll it out. Huh? Change your life. And that's how the women in the South got them big old bread baskets, and the chest meat sit up high and lift it up. And then they fill the temple. Any space they walk in, and there's booga la la, booga la la, booga la la, booga la la, booga la la. She walking around biscuits. That's why I call it bread basket, because you only can get one of them eating biscuits. You know, Shamako can make those biscuits from scratch. Biscuits. I don't like biscuits by themselves. I like it when I got a little gravy. Oh my God, I'm hungry. My God. Okay, y'all in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You've ever seen a Southern woman walk in front of you, you instinctively know what biscuits are. Cause that bread basket, boogalala, 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 under that dress, unless she got on a girdle. If she got on a girdle, it's just, you're like, how does big, massive meat as she walked just stay in the same place? That's the power of a girdle and a slip and all of that. They put up 159 different pieces up under the garment before they put on their regular clothes. I'm so glad I am a man. Because there's no way in the world I would do that. First of all, I have balls. And if you put all of those different things on top of me under, and them balls sitting in there, like, they get to baking. They get to baking, B-A-K-I-N-G. And then the strip between the breadbasket eye and then your balls. Now the nuts is sitting there cooking. In between there is what you call the baking strip. So now you got balls that are baking in this tight layered stuff as you walking in the friction and the balls that's going against each other like that. Now that bacon strip starts to cook. But mixed with the baking balls, the nuts, roasting on an open fire. That scent all together. Oh, I forgot the third scent. From the bread basket eye, because it starts melting because the heat turned up. Y'all do know, and everybody draws back, a dime size of fecal matter just leaks out of the bread basket, even if you don't see it. That is a medical fact. So all of that together, hot. No. That's why some women do not like to give fellatio, because it's the whole mess. You go down there like, what is this? It's a locker room twinks your legs. What is this? It smells like a pile of trash. Is that your ass? How your ass is in the back? Why it smell like ass in the front? Baby, it's all bacon. Bacon strip, bread basket eye, and chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So we can't be wearing all them different layers and layers like that. We can't. Y'all women can do that. Normally your hygiene way better than ours. So y'all can do that. Our hygiene, we don't even, I ain't ashamed to say I didn't start washing my bread basket eye until I got up in age. I just wiped and kept on going. And when I took a shower and let the water, it's almost like the white women that say, I didn't know we had to wash my legs. I thought the water just run down. All kinds of nasty. That was me. But I ain't that no more. You can eat a full meal off my crotch and you won't taste nothing but that meal. No salt, no sweat, nothing. Because I take 2 showers a day. Plus, in between there, I just feel like I just want to wipe. So I just grab something and just wipe between this. So my sit-down air does not take somebody out. Now, some of y'all, your sit-down air, that is the test. What the seat smell like when you get up? If it don't smell like berries and juice, there is a busted, spoiled, molded bread basket. Okay. All right, let's go ahead on. I'm sorry, but it just, I don't know how we got here, but here we go. And this is the main platform, y'all. And y'all like a little funny. And just so happened that I tell real life stories and they just tend to be funny. I'm not even trying. But it is the absolute truth. I do not want my sit-down air or my walk-by air to hurt nobody. Because I've been hurt like that. And I still ain't healed. I remember it. And it messed with my breathing. It messed with my thinking. And it tore my stomach up. And I don't want to do that to nobody. So I have a regimen. It would never happen any time of the day. Fellatio is in order in my life, anytime, because it's always clean. Do you hear me? And maybe that's what somebody watching me needed to hear. That's your Sunday word. Go wash thine ass. And you start washing right now. Because let me tell you something. If you ain't been washing for years, it takes about a year of washing before your wash water is fresh. Now, I just told you something that nobody can tell you except someone that is very oral like me in a relationship. You can be nasty and you say, okay, I'm going to go wash up. But your wash water that dry up in your crotch, I can tell you just washed for the first time. This is your first time a serious washing took place down there. Because your wash water, when it dry, it smells like the stink that you try not to be like no more. And you just smear it around. Just smear it. Some go in your thigh. Some go over there. It's in your hair. So you need to wash for a while. That's your word. Wash for a while. I need some more water because I done drunk up all this water. This is a blessing. They ain't even paying me for this, but I love balls, especially when it's in the glass bottle. Just suck it up. But you ain't going to be sucked up because your wash water is telling the truth about your hygiene and your regimen. You got to wash for a while. That's your word. Wash for a while. Oh, God. All right, so I'm about to get started. And this is very important information I'm going to tell you. So you're going to need to be taking some notes. This is extremely important for you to take these notes. And you got to take these notes now like you're almost like you're trying to graduate from a university. Because spiritually, university. Can y'all spell university with Y-O-U, university, dash university? University. You have got to take all of you into this and get programmed with this information in a way to where you can easily recall it. I got a little bit more left in there. You easily recall it and you can teach it to somebody, starting with the folk right around you. The people right around you first got to get it. Practice on them, practice. I used to do this. I just read XYZ and just start articulating what you read. Make sure you got the right information though. Especially talking to somebody like me. I'm like, I'm pull up ChatGPT and record you. Chat, they telling the truth. Chat said that's a lie. So why is you just talking this mess? Did you study? Or you just repeating headlines that came across your news feed? I ain't gonna call nobody name, but you know exactly who you are. I always tell you that's what you do. Don't come tell me the headline you read. Did you stutter at all before you came and told me what you read in a headline? That you just repeat whatever. It's not that simple. Oh, and this goes with what the star said. That's going to begin to happen mid-2026, definitely mid-2027. You're not even going to know online what's real and what's fake, because AI is going to become political before it becomes regulated, and the regulations that they put on AI are all going to be false. Because the regulations they're putting on AI is for the purpose of propaganda, keeping the power out of your hand so that it can be used to control you. That's happening. AI is going to become political. Put that in the chat. AI is going to become political. And so I want you to develop your own relationship with AI and develop some bots if you can, which is easy to do. And there it is now. It wasn't just 7 months ago. You see how stuff is just changing? I was hiring somebody to do that. Now the whole thing will make my own everything just for me with a few commands. Y'all, it's changing right in your face, and you're gonna miss it. All right. Oh, let me say thank you to so many of you that sent $48 or $480. Lisa did that. I'm like, maybe I made a mistake divorcing Young's plan. $14.80. Thank you for my birthday. I'm officially 48 years old. The sun done circled around here, and I am 48 years old. 8 is the number for which I was born. 2008, I began to have many people to donate $8.88, and all our offerings for years was in the 8s until 2012. Then all our offerings went to 12, 12, 12. And 8 + 4, 48 is 12. So I know that this is a magical supernatural, powerful year for me, and I can already feel it. I can already feel it. And I'm getting direction as well on how I'm supposed to move forward from here. And that's a wonderful thing. I don't know if you know what it is to feel like you don't know. And you just really just by the seat of your pants. And then you know, and you know, oh, I know now. Now, it's good for me. It may not be good for those who've been wearing masks, those who do not have direction, who happen to be connected to me, because that means I'm just, I'm not paying that price anymore of carrying any darn body. I don't care how much I live in. It's just not going to happen because it's too costly for me. And I am finished paying the price. And everybody else being all right. No. I do not owe anybody in my life anything. Neither do you. I'm talking to the givers. Those people that you came up on your millionaire status and then you started paying off bills and paying for cars for friends. Why? But I just wanted to help them because they've been they not. See, that's what black folk do when they get rich. That's what we do. We share it with people. The benefits of your rich with people who have not qualified for the money. See, the Jewish people don't do that. They become rich and then they give you a job in the business so you can learn the business and go start your own mess. I don't know. I guess it comes out of the poverty and the enslavement and how we had to take care of each other. But that's over now. You help bring somebody up above the scratch line. But that's all. That whole debt-free buying cars and jewelry and diamonds, that come and go. Now you in this, they in that, and you got to start all over again. Because you just ain't moved with wisdom. I don't owe nobody. Now, if I made a decision right now and say, okay, I'm going to run this particular business by myself or that particular business by myself, and everybody in 2 months, that's it, everybody contract. Oh, that's all right. I reserve that right. I can do that. I don't know why I thought otherwise. I do. Trauma. Just tell the truth. That last relationship, trauma. That last situationship, trauma. That last ministry you stayed in it so long, trauma. That last job you know that you had graduated in, trauma. Yeah, it was that. But what happens when trauma starts to heal? Oh, now wait a minute. Those that benefited from you being dizzy, dumb, and delusional, now I'm going to go through some changes. But let me tell you something what I found out. Not only is it injuring you, but it's injuring them too, keeping them stunned from their own process and discovering their own power. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm already teaching because we at the turning point and the tipping point. And these are the kind of conversations that bring clarity that we need to have so we can get up out the crazy, out of the crazyment and the niggerment, and come on over here to some common darn sense that's cut for the future. Absolutely. I know y'all got to go. Some of y'all got to go to church. You got to go help some people and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they come back and contribute to their community's business. There's a little difference in there. Somebody just said that, Anna Adams. I pay a darn attention. Our stuff we doing coming up out of trauma. That's where that's coming from. And where there's trauma, there is no identity. It's mixed all up, smeared all over, compartmentalized, fragmented. No boundaries. I ain't going to go all into that, but trust me, at 48 years old, I had an encounter at 15. From 15 to 48, Larry been getting some good sense. And what I'm telling you is the truth. Trauma. The Black community, trauma. And we were traumatized by Christianity. Mm. All right, so I ain't got time to get into that. Let's go forward. So I'm gonna move pretty quick because I got to catch everybody up. Can everybody hit like? If you're on Facebook, please hit like. If you're on YouTube, I need for you to hit like. Take a moment and hit like. You may have to come out of it, find it on the Facebook page, hit like, and then come back into the live. But I need for you to do that right now. I'll jaw jack a little bit till you can come back to make sure that's done. At some point in this live, I'm gonna ask you to help this organization that I work for by the name of MBNG, MBN Global. I'm going to ask you to support, and you'll be able to support at 4 different levels. Everybody's at different levels of their faith and their finance, but the low tier is about $50-something on this morning. That's the way Spirit gave it to me. So all of you here will be able to support this platform if you love it. I can remember a time we come live and we can end up easily with $75,000 because of the time where the economy was and also because of the content that I was doing. But that's not the case no more. So I made some adjustments, but still we are a global entity. And there are lots of things that we want to do, we have to do, and we are doing. And so I'm going to ask you before you leave to make sure that you make a decision at what level that you want to donate this morning. And whatever you donate, I mean, you can claim it on your taxes or whatever. But I want you to look at this. Those that partner with us with this moment, those that are high performers in our midst in this moment, you're professional. And those of you that are doing pretty good in your profession and in the moment, you're going to be a stakeholder. You're going to hold up the roof, really support what we're doing. And then supersede, those that do the supersede, I'm actually going to get the phone number that you put in the memo section or you communicate to us. And I'm going to send you a voicemail thanking you. And also I have a gift of sight. I have some psychic ability. I have a prophet mantle and a lot of other things that I'm able to see and to hear. And I communicate that to you. And we have had some phenomenal testimonies I can't even begin to tell you for many years. So those of you that are supporting us at that level, and you may say, you know, Dr. Reid, I want more than that. I want to support you, but I want to be in your community. Well, there is an ability. Well, there is not an ability. Oh, well, you do have the ability to do that. That's the way I should say that. You go to mbng.org and click Celestial Circle, and you'll see there that if you do a big support with us today, $2,026, whatever the year we in, that's what the donation is. And let me tell you what you're going to get. I'm doing a 12-week coaching program that the first 2 sessions you're going to need to sit with for a year. That's going to take your business to the next level. I'm probably the only person you know that have built multiple millions online and social media. So I'm giving you that. You're also going to get in a 6-week course, School of Prophets and Mystics. It's all about mysticism. Yeah, there are mystics in Islam. There's mystics in Christianity. There's mystics in the Jewish community. And I happen to be a mystic that is in the Christian community. And I'm sharing with you things that you only can hear from me, someone who has worked in mysticism and worked in spiritual arts and powers and predictions and healings and all sorts of types of things for years. So you get that as well. So you get the first 2 weeks of the 12 weeks of coaching, and you also get the ability to meet me once a month all the way until June. So if you want to make that investment, oh, I forgot the main one. You get direct access with me in a community, encrypted community, and several other professionals, over 100 professionals from all different industries. You cannot, that is worth so much, but it's something that we're giving to you. And so if you sign up for that, but let me tell you, don't sign up for if you ain't ready to learn, you ain't ready to be coached, you ain't ready to be challenged. called out, rebuked. I saw somebody leave the chat for in the Celestial Circle not too long ago, and I had to say some things to them. And it would have been great if they could have just stuck around and took it a little bit, but they ran because a little sting. And I understand. And that don't mean that they horrible and terrible. You know, it just may later on say, you know what? You know, I understand now. Time has passed and come back. That'd be great for them. But don't sign up just cause you a fan. Don't do that. I'm gonna make you hate me. So don't do that. Make sure you come because not you just inspired by what I do, but who I am and who I've become from a lot of work. I ain't always been this polished and this person that I am now. Trust me. But I know who I am now, and it's worth so much of an investment for you to be connected to me in a particular type of way. And it starts really with the Celestial Circle. The first thing you do is become a patron. And then from there, become a part of the Celestial Circle, okay? So in just a few minutes, probably in about 45 minutes, what time is it? Actually in 30 minutes, I'm going to let you know how you can sow a seed, not donation. Not this ain't just giving. Now, when you just give, that's the law of reciprocity. But when you're seeding, this is a spiritual art. You got to go into the agricultural mind. And plant the seed, time passes, harvest. That's why we're naming this seed the tipping point seed, the tipping point reposturing seed, because how did I name it? Because I only done one last week. But today I'm going to get through all of them. The personal tipping point audit. We're doing an audit of our life. And last week, I think I mentioned the money audit. But today I'm going to do the business audit. And you only going to get this business audit. Those of you that are in the coaching class, you can be like, that ain't nothing compared to what you gave us. I know. We do a business audit of your business, an audit of your health, and an audit of your faith, your relationship, and your systems. If you're in the coaching class, in your mind, you're pulling up that whole systems things that we've been talking about. Oh, it's so good. And I want to share that with everybody. Okay. So if you want to become a part of Celestial Circle to get all of that, you go right now to mbng.org, go to Celestial Circle, do $2,026, and all that stuff I named off you get. Our office is going to contact you. There's some paperwork you got to sign, and then you're off and running. And you may say, 2026, I don't have that, but I have it over 30 days. Well, you can click that button. There's a service where we receive the 2026, and you can pay it through payments as far as 6 months. Do not miss the opportunity to become a part of the closest way you can connect to my coaching and community and a whole bunch of experts you can access. Okay. All right. So let's look at this tipping point. That's the theme for this month. For the year, this is the turning point year 2026, 2027, and 2028. But it's also in different aspects, the tipping point. This is the prophecy. February marks the beginning of the next phase of intense and extraordinary events that will be happening globally. Constructed catastrophes and the increase of deceptive narratives that will lead to a new type of war. Monumental moments fill the air from February forward, escalating endings, closures, flips, dips, and we've been saying that with the stock market, and constitutional controversy. You have entered the tipping point, the pressure point. More. The praying person, that person that's given meditation, education, data collection, receives relief from the drama of the global trauma that citizens are in energetically because of alignment. So the meditative and the praying person experiences alignment, and the alignment is the relief from the global trauma. Got it. I call you into a realm within the spirit world where the unthinkable and the unpredictable will be told to you ahead of time. You will unlock strategies for your personal, mental, emotional, and professional wellness and wealth. Your brand and business will build in the worst of times at the same speed of your personal growth, and willingness to let go. You will unlock you will unlock the forgotten. Tell somebody, I'm remembering. You will begin to remember the wisdoms of the ancestors and the sages that were before you, that you are the continuation of. Make new money moves. Don't negotiate your peace. Don't stop your pursuit. Put your wellness first. My mantra for the year is, and I'm going to show it to you. This is on this t-shirt. I'm going to be giving y'all this. My answer is no, I'm choosing me. This is the personal, individualistic wellness statement that you are making as relates to yourself. My answer is no, I'm choosing me. Keeping yourself front and center is going to keep you front and center. Okay? And then we begin to look at what the tipping point means. We define the tipping point. The tipping point is the moment when accumulated and cumulative pressures exceeds containability, forcing accelerated, immediate consequences, irreversible damage, and compulsory repositioning. And when I looked at the text, I began to see a prophetic prototype, which was Noah, the story of Noah. As our prophetic prototype, Genesis 17:16, and they that went in, male and female, all flesh, and God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him up. The flood is the aftermath, not the tipping point. The tipping point is when access ended. Ladies and gentlemen, the door is still open in context of this prototype. The door is still open. The rain is already happening. But the tipping point is when the door shut. When everybody realizes and have this delayed realization of where we are and what is happening, particularly in the States. That's the tipping point. You're going to see this compulsory repositioning. And we're sort of seeing it happen now because people are starting to wake up to the reality. It's just 62 years ago that we had the type of America that they're trying to move us to now. That means those people are still alive, and their children who feel the exact same way, who think women shouldn't have rights to vote, who think Black people should not be voting, who think civil rights that ushered in LGBTQAI plus rights and gave women more of a voice, and that began to allow immigrants to come in and have opportunities because America was giving money to immigrants and not even to the Black people that built the states to start businesses and come over here. And then we got to go to the Indian stores. We got to go to the Asian stores, and they overcharge us. They sit them in our communities, and then they benefit from us, and then they benefit from them, their business. You see how that worked? Still a plantation, still the same thing, same can, different label. Now they want to snatch all that away because all of those rights, that playing ball with the people you really using, has created the middle class. Oh, and we can't have that. That has messed up the American dream for the oligarchs. So now they want to go to the ultra rich and those that depend on government. Yo, that is the plan. And they're squeezing that middle class out. They want the ultra rich. I'm going to tell you who the ultra rich are. Those that own the AI. And then those that work with AI are also going to have money as well. But everybody else going to need the government. Your buying and your selling and your going about is all going to be determined by the government. These biometrics that other communities like Wonderful Dubai uses for your safety are going to be used for control. And this is the reason why I say get all of your paperwork and everything together in 2024 and 2025. Get your passport even if you don't travel. Now we're hearing a year later, oh, well, there's a possibility you won't be able to vote without a passport. What? What? Tens of millions of Americans, voting America, do not have a passport. You don't know. If you're traveling going out of the country, you're in the top 4% of Americans, they don't have that experience. And about 25 to 45% don't ever leave their state. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Oh, so now this is getting serious. Yeah, tell Big Mama to go get her passport. I don't need no passport, boy. I barely got my teeth to have my passport. You better tell Big Mama you ain't better vote. And you can have Donald Trump for a third term. I bet she put her teeth in and go down there and get her passport. If the average American can have their whole financial life blown up by a $400 emergency, we're asking those same people to take $150, $160 and go get a passport. Oh, this is strategic. But I don't know if we are paying their attention, because there's an increase of uneducated white people getting passports. Who do you think put that man in the White House? Uneducated white people. Y'all better go get your passport. And then after that, especially if there's going to be an election. Now, according to the stars, we did not have an election, a proper one, to get Donald Trump into the office. We will not have a proper election midterm, and we will not have a proper election in 2028. What do you mean? There will be so many tactics at play to keep you out of voting and to make your vote not count. Women, if you're married, they want your husband to vote for the household. Better pay attention. Project 2025 is right in your face. Project Esther, right in your face. That's the surveillance aspect and all these other agendas. We are at the tipping point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? So we hear those prophetic words. We're very clear. And we know that the door shutting, that's the tipping point. But the rain is already falling. The story of Noah explains and exemplifies accumulated pressure, years of warning, and I've been doing it on my platform, sure other prophets. Cultural resistance. The culture has been resistant strongly since 2020 George Floyd. Mockery is being normalized. You just see that post with the Obamas? That should have sent the whole country. That should have been a bipartisan blow up, but it won't. What's that telling you? What I've been saying since 2024, when they were telling us to vote between Kamala and Donald Trump. Granted, she would have been nicer to American citizens, but it's the same wickedness. It is a two-headed monster, in my opinion. A two-headed monster. And I can talk about America over here in Dubai. I'm pretty sure they were going to get me at some point, the longer I stay in America. Okay, containability exceeded. God shuts the door, human access ends, no appeal process. Now, see, this is what we're seeing with immigration. There's no appeal, there's no due process. And that is waking some Americans up to what is happening. That we're beginning to see that, oh, okay, so even the laws were not made for brown people. And the laws are made up and are not real. I mean, because you can be the president with 34, 37, however many felons. Your name can be listed in a human trafficking sex ring, and you don't step down here in Dubai because I remember his name that was mentioned in it. And he stepped down immediately because Dubai don't play that. Your name shouldn't even been in there over 200 times. What are you talking about? But that's not what is happening in America because it ain't real. It was never meant to be justice. It was control-based. The law and the whole thing. Even the Constitution, when in considering us, they had to make amendments. It was never set up for the rich and the wealthy. It was for everybody else. And now we're starting to see that now. And that compulsory repositioning is already happening. Accelerated immediate consequences, rain follows, separation becomes visible. We're starting to see now who is who. This is in the church house, the White House, and the playhouse. We're looking at Nicki Minaj. It's the playhouse. The White House, what we're seeing happening between both sides of the same crazy. White House, church house. A lot of these, you got the black Baptist pastor speaking up, but these charismatic folk, they still ain't said nothing. Y'all still going to church? What? They want to get my black body, black dollar, black talent inside of that four-wall black church for nothing. But y'all just let it be. Ooh, they got your sleep. Jesus. I be doing something else. I be investing that type versus give it to them. Irreversible damage, no reopening, no renegotiation, no late entry. Do what you need to do right now because the door is closing. Compulsory repositioning, inside the arc versus outside. There's one conduct for those who know and those who do not know. Those who are in the arc of safety of knowledge and those who are not. Survival determined by prior posture. What you are doing now or what you choose not to do now has its own consequences, and you'll see it much later. Terribly important for you to be listening at this moment, at this time. Now let's look at the tipping point on a personal level. In about 15 minutes, we're going to begin to do our donations. Seed sowing, not donations. Seed sowing in just a few minutes. So the door is still open, but it will shut. So what should we be doing at this building of pressure on our way to the tipping point? Now you need to do a money audit. Can you stay safe inside the arc when liquidity tightens? And it's already happening. So many of you have told me you went to go get your money at the bank and they telling you you can't get your money. Let me explain something to you, Americans. This is what I know about the United States of America. The moment you put your money in the bank, it's no longer yours. But somehow or another, the programming make you believe that the money in the bank is yours. Now, if I right now said, okay, I want you to give me all the money in your account, I'm just going to keep it. It's still yours. Whenever you need it, let me know. You would think I'm absolutely crazy, but somebody has programmed that in you about a bank. The old people say, I'm 48, I remember. When grandma and them kept their money in the wall, in a hole in the ground, in a hole in the mattress, they say don't trust the bank. Because they have seen this before. Going to get the money and then say you just don't have the money because the government went bankrupt. But it was mine. It was never yours. I want to know, can you still be financially safe? If the bank shut up tomorrow, what is your plan? Do you have some money stashed? Some liquidity? Do you have one stream of income? You are not safe. If you only have one stream of income, you, ma'am, sir, and everybody in between, you are not safe. This is all the money audit. Do you have a fixed lifestyle on a variable or changing income? You are not safe. Are you in debt maintaining your life? Are you using debt for what you need versus leverage? That's the only kind of debt that we should be having. You are not safe. Do you have a 12-month cash buffer? Well, let's say 6 months. If you don't, you are not safe. This is the time now to get your money free. Well, I got to pay a car payment. How many cars you got? Well, I got 2. Okay, let one of them go back or sell it. I can't sell it. Well, let it go back. That's going to mess up my credit. You need the cash. Your cash is more important right now than your credit. Your credit can rebound easily. And you go buy a car 4 months later, file that bankruptcy now while you still can. They're gonna, and according to a dream that I had, those that are in consumer debt are going to be handled like slavery was in the East. It wasn't chattel slavery, but literally have to go and work off your debt and not work the job you get paid for. You'll be working at the factory, what they may be calling a concentration camp or some prison, because this is what happens with the prisons. These companies owning these people work for them for pennies on the dollar. And you end up being one of those people that have to do that to get out of debt. So why not get out of it right now? You don't need no more debt. Well, I still need debt because I still need my credit good because I leverage debt. Okay, that's different. I'm not talking to you. And you still going to banks getting loans to pay off houses, and then you sell the house, and then you do this to the house and get another one. That's different. But if you're not leveraging debt and you're in consumer debt, get out of it. Not by paying the high $200-$300 payment on them 5 or 6 cars, all to come together. You paying $2,000 a month out in credit cards. Get out those credit cards, turn them off, go file bankruptcy, take that $2,000 and put it into the stock market and secure your future. Are you hearing me? If your credit's still good, go get a loan. Pull that money out of there. Just get as much cash as possible and pool it. And then white folk that thing. And then go file bankruptcy and say, they gave me the loan because I had good credit, but I can't even pay it back. Here you go. I mean, it ain't real no way. It's your money. All of it is your money. It's really not even the money, all of the, you just get access to as much of the pie as you can get, because the reality is it's all your money to access. That's what I mean by that. Exactly. I found out the former company that I had started, the MBN Network Corp. I found out that I was given a loan I wasn't supposed to have, a business loan, 3 of them, and it was given unto me under false pretense, although I paid back over $1 million to several of these type of MCA companies. And my lawyer said, you were never supposed to have this. He was looking at one of the contracts. He said, this was never supposed to happen. Not only are you ain't going to pay back what they're saying you owe, but you're going to get back all the money where you paid all these payments. Because this was predatory on you. You don't sell nothing to generate money. Yours is on donation, so they don't have no access to that. I said, what? I would have never known if I didn't have a lawyer, if I didn't hire one. I didn't know. Work this system. I got a song called I Feature, and there's a line in that said, I work the system, play the system, shade the system, then beat the system. White Americans are raised to know the system that served them. They teach it to their children. We know nothing about it. Now that you know, get as much as possible. Pull all that money off that credit card and go file bankruptcy. Larry, I can't believe that you teaching. I'm telling them to do what Donald Trump and them do. Hell. It's not illegal. You just feel like it's unethical. No, it's working the system. And then you pull that cash out and then go buy some gold or put it in something that is not depreciating, because that dollar, see, I'm telling you what they're doing to us. This might help you. That loan on that car, the inflation is hitting, the dollar declining. They charge you to give you money and then have you to pay it back with money that's worth less. So the $10,000 they gave you, you can take $10,000 of your money to pay it back. Your $10,000 ain't worth $10,000 no more. That's the system. Work it in your favor. I said it. And there it is. It's all your money to access. Thank you, Grandpa, because that's what I meant by what I was saying. Get free of all of that off of you and pull your cash out now and put it in something where it can make money, and put it in something to where you can sort of freeze that decline that it's in. Maybe if you can take that money, buy property in another country. This $87,000 4-bedroom bad place in South Africa. Oh, and this $200,000, I mean ridiculously nice place in Vietnam. You can go take that, buy that cash. Airbnb out that thing. Hey, I'm an Airbnb short and long-term properties here in America. And I'm thinking about the 2 properties we're renting to then turn that into a business, because here in this country, you can just get in a relationship with the owners like I am now. And they say, look, long as you pay me this every month, You just manage that and you collect money. You can make 20, up to 20%, sometimes 30%, and have a whole real estate company that's nothing but managing other owners' properties, and you making 20 to 30% off of each of them. I was thinking about that this morning. I said, now wait a minute. Now that Dubai now has went to monthly, and Ghana's going to be doing the same thing, because most other places don't do like the United States do, to where you pay month by month rent. You pay for the year. Now, from the owner standpoint, that's great. But from the tenant standpoint, that's stressful. Dubai said that we don't want to do the citizens like that no more. Let's go month to month. As these systems start changing, you got to find how you can work in that system. Bitcoin done fell now. It came up 5% this week. Did you buy more shares than what you had when it was down? Same thing with XRP. You know, that's looking a little funny because new technologies are coming out that these institutions may lean towards that way. For all we know, we don't know. In a market like this, I said, look, I got to come out most of this crypto. I'm going to this, that, and the other that's more stable. So I want you to audit your money at this tipping point. If your income drops tomorrow 30%, do you have control of your financial timeline or your financial lifeline? Are you liquid or locked into obligations? Get liquid. Grab up a property, even for lease in another country, because some countries you do a 12-month lease. That gives you a possibility for residency or either citizenship. Or you go buy a $10,000 property, and that automatically gives you citizenship. Check and see what Spain is doing, Portugal is doing. Go check and see what is happening in Vietnam, what is happening in Costa Rica. Go and check and see what's happening in parts of Brazil. What can you get? And as a Black person, you need more than an American passport, because you don't know at what time you may have to flee for a little bit, depending on what area you live in the country. You may have to flee from West Coast to East Coast to West Coast, or come out the middle part of the United States and go somewhere more blue. Because it's looking like right now that things are going to be state ran, the way these feds are cutting up with some of these major states like California, who is like the number 8 biggest economy in the world when it comes to countries, not states. California got some money. Yes, so that's the money audit. Let's look at in just a few minutes, we're going to begin to do our seed sowing. Let's look at, I really want to stay with that. Let's do a business audit. Does your business structure survive adverse conditions? Now, if you have a business and you only got one major contract, you are in trouble. Oh, Jesus, except you married and maybe your spouse got another contract or another 9 to 5 or something, you are in serious trouble. I don't want to give you anxiety. I'm giving you clarity, because the comfort has rocked you to sleep and you're not even ready for what is coming. Does your structure in your business survive? Can it survive adverse conditions? Now, this is why I go back to what I said at the beginning of this about AI. I'm telling you, I don't care what your job is. If you are a ditch digger, you need to get in a relationship with AI and dump in there everything you do, your credentials and your day-to-day, get real specific and begin to ask some questions on how I can turn this into more capital. How can I advance this? How can I be the best, most technical digger of ditches? The person that's working with AI is the person who is securing their future. The person that's owning it is really good. But you can own some of AI. Palantir and some of these other things, wicked companies, in my opinion. I call the biometrics and the surveillance around that. It's going to be used for control. But you can invest in capitalism in America is predatory. Capitalism here in Dubai is very integral, because it takes care of the people who are pumping the money into the economy. It is, the government knows here is much better to make sure that you are preventing sicknesses of your citizens if you're giving them free health care than it is to give them food and stuff that make them sick, or you create for yourself a bill. But in a predatory capitalistic nation like the US, we're talking a multi-trillion dollar, hundreds of trillions of dollars a year on people being sick. So it don't make sense for us to take those 358 chemicals out of all food that cause inflammation. Inflaming the bodies of our citizens actually puts money in our pocket. So it's two different agendas. And one is predatory to his own citizens and eat them. Does that sound like the plantation that our ancestors were on? Mm-hmm. America is a narcissistic stronghold that has created a plantation that gives you the illusion of choices and give you the illusions of freedom. But they're going to take them to get things back to how they were, because we done got too free for real, not for fake. You go into the store in America, you buy something, you go home, like you come back, get a receipt and get your money back and get something else. You can play that system, give you the illusion of you beating the system. You come to Dubai, you try that, no receipt or nothing, you bought it. That's it. If you want another one, buy another one. Oh my God, that's why I like America. Give you an illusion of freedom. You don't own them. You get paid. They tax it before you get it. You go to the store, they charge you another tax to use the money on the money they already taxed. And you talking about you able to get a refund? That's not a refund. That's an illusion. You go Tuesday, it's 50% off. Friday is full price. What's the truth? Neither one. It's an illusion. Oh, I can eat this, and we can eat pork. We can smoke cigarettes. We can smoke weed. We can still get it. They can't do that. Alcohol, they can't do that in UAE. Can't do that in certain countries. They let you have that to control you, because one alcoholic drink a year is too much for the brain. It kills the cells. It destroys your cognition. All those sugars hijack your thinking ability. It's all about controlling you and giving you the illusion of freedom when it's actually a noose to hang your own consciousness. Gotta get out of the matrix. I told you guys this for years. Survive America, you gotta psychologically, metaphysically, mentally, emotionally leave it. Financially, leave it. Whether you stay there physically or not, you will not be able to survive it being high on the lie. So if your business isn't using AI, this is a problem. We're looking at the audit for the business now. Is your business tied to platforms you cannot control, Larry? Yes, they were. So then I pulled off into Patreon. But Patreon can easily, get a slap on the wrist because it's not based in America, or something can happen, and then that's gone. So I have built into my platform, I can send you a text and you can watch me live on my own server, on my own website. I've done that to secure myself, because years ago I saw, this is not going to work. And now millions of people have lost their high-paying platforms on TikTok. Because stuff, I've been hidden so bad, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Even my good stuff has been hidden since America has taken over. And it's going to become like that on the platforms everywhere. The door is open, it hasn't shut. So you need to go ahead and work before it shuts. Can your business, the way that you make money, operate in a disruption? If the internet went out, if the power grid went out, censorship, can it still work? Policy shifts, your platform changes. Is your revenue dependent on attention online? and not infrastructure. Build systems. Turn every view and every interaction into a client, a customer. Be engaged with them. Do that now and build infrastructure. We're auditing our business. If the rules change immediately, what part of your business collapse? You got to take ownership over your audience. This is the time now to get in relationship with your audience. And when you put systems in place, your hustle can lessen. You put systems in place. Systems over hustle. Put it in the chat. System over hustle. Ooh, I have got to use the bathroom. I might have to put a video on and run in there and let loose. Can you pick up the way that you make money and go to another state, another time zone, and still generate money? No, I can't, but it's doing real good. And so you put performance over portability. You got to put portability over performance and build there. Are y'all hearing me? Ooh, I done got sleepy too. All right, I got a few more, but before I do that, I want to give you an opportunity to support this platform. I know you've heard something that you needed to hear. I'm asking everyone to do $52.22. I'm asking for 50 people to do the partnership seed. Let's say 75 people, because there's 467 of us watching. And then I'm going to ask 7 high performers, 7 stakeholders, and 7 superseders. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. Have you looked at this and said, okay, I know what I'm going to do? Now, I want you to go in the energy of, this is not leaving my life. This is going into my future and coming back to me as a harvest. We're talking about the money itself. And the 2, we're in the second month. 2 deals with duality and partnership. And that 2 repeated becomes an angel number, which has amazing symbolic meanings. I also want you to look at, I am planting power in my future to reposition my business and my money in this tipping point season. Now, if you've made a decision, this is the way that you're able to do it. Now, without my mouth, the house has no provision. Over there on the right is the way you can put your reposturing, your tipping point reposturing seed. But you say, okay, I want to bless you too, Dr. Reid, or I want to, this is my teruma, this is my teruma offering or my teruma tithe. Over there on the left is the way that you give to Dr. Larry D. Reid's ministries. Now, the link is in the chat for you to use, or you can choose Zelle. If you want to mail in your donation, you can do that. That's on the right of the screen right there. So you'll see down here the different levels at which you can begin to participate in donating. I am requesting, sending the word out for 75 people to do the $52.22, 7 people to do the stakeholder, 7 people to do the high performer, and 7 people to do the supersede. And those you do the supersede. Now, if you did a supersede on this last week, you have received all of your profits. If you haven't received your profits, that means I forgot to hit send. So text me and let me know. But it's already been done. And these prophecies, I don't know what is going on. Me and Shamako talked about this, because Shamako calls, those of you that do the high performer and stakeholder, Shamako is going to be calling you. I don't know what is happening, but I'm listening to myself prophesy. And I'm like, what is happening to you? I said, I'm listening to myself. I said, it sounds like you. And let me tell you what's happening in my sight. It's like I see the words and I'm reading them. Then sometimes I'm hearing it and saying it. And a combination of the both are happening at the same time. This is very interesting. And I think it's because here in this country, with all the prayer and the order, it makes the atmosphere clearer for hearing and seeing and sensing. That's what I think. That does not mean these people are holier. It just means don't ask, don't show. Someone asked me a question, and I'm going to make this statement now because I think it is a statement that needs to be made. It's one of our members, because in our community we have every kind of person: trans, gay, straight, married, single. And they were asking, they said, how does Islam feel about homosexuality? I said, both Christianity and Islam historically teach that same-sex sexual acts are sinful. And the Bible addresses the behavior in both the Old and New Testament passages. And the Quran addresses it through the same story of Lot that we have in Christianity, calling it a grave wrongdoing. Now, the Quran talks about same-sex acts. In our Bibles, because of translation and human changes, that the Quran didn't go through that. The Quran just has a separate hadith, or which are the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But our Bibles have been touched. And so we put the word homosexuality, which is the modernization of what we call it, because of a mistranslation of some words that basically meant forcibly having sextivities with someone against their will, even an older man with a younger man. Doesn't really mention lesbianism in either faith. So the Quran doesn't speak in modern terms, but our Bibles, it does, but that's because of a mistranslation. So if that didn't happen, both religions talk about same sexual acts, not orientation. The difference isn't really in the text, Quran and Bible. It is how the communities express their stance. In Christianity, there is this mean, demeaning, horrible, abrasive, injurious preaching of their stance. Western Christianity tends to be much louder and more confrontational when it comes to homosexuality. But Gulf Islam, UAE, is more private and regulated. It's the same roots because it's an Abrahamic religion, but it's a different tone. So what you will see is, although both religions condemn, what you will see in the UAE is no preaching on it. There's not that kind of harsh, injurious thing. And I see in the UAE them embrace every type of person. Even if you may present a little bit masculine as a woman, a little bit feminine as a man, they still embrace and love. Now, whether you straight or gay, you are not showing public affection because that's private. You see. And as long as you're not trying to push it in a way that is disrespectful to the Islamic faith. 'Cause remember what Islam and Christianity believe about homosexuality. If you're respectful, there's no problems. There are so many gay people here, so many. And some are Muslim and in their garb. But their teachings say, this may be who you are, but don't act on that and honor. The Quran honor the Hadith. Ladies and gentlemen, I find that honorable, although I personally, as an African Christian who uses the Bible, King James Version, and the oldest version that predates it 800 years prior, been someone who practices the African spiritual systems where two-souled people or people who loved each other the same sex wasn't even an issue. It always has been, and is very, very human. Although I believe that mistranslation of 1948, putting the word homosexuality, that word that was formed German-based in the 1800s, and put it in there, that sort of marginalized an entire race of people. I know that was done by man's hand. That's my belief. That's my personal belief and my own studies. That I do not believe that homosexuality is a biblical sin, because I know how it was all put together. It is very interesting to see Christ and Muhammad side by side. What I saw in Islam, what I see in Islam is a respect for Jesus. You cannot be Muslim and not believe in Jesus, but you can be Christian and not believe in Muhammad, peace be upon him. Interesting, isn't it? What happened to Christianity? What happened? Or was it always like this from the beginning? See, Jesus and Muhammad both came out of the same Abrahamic stream, calling people back to one God, repentance, and moral accountability. Both built movements and faced resistance. The difference is in identity and function. Christianity teaches that Jesus is divine and central to salvation, crucified and resurrected. Islam teaches that Jesus was a prophet, not God, and that Muhammad was a prophet, the final messenger, who established both a spiritual path and a governing community. He was political as well as sacred. One founded faith without a state, which can be argued because of Israel is a state, and the other founded faith and state, and that was Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a political leader. So there are differences and similarities, but the differences that I see as an African Christian are actually more holy approaches and humane approaches in Islam than in Christianity. And there's that. Tipping point reposturing seed is what we're sowing. Great question, sir. If one was to read and research, they would see that the teachings of Yeshua, Jesus, are talked about in the Quran. Bingo. Brenda said, whiteness is what happened to Christianity. Absolutely. Oh, my God. All right, can let's see, star all of the people that are telling us. Yeah, thank you. I see you doing it. Let me know that you have sown, that you did the Teruma and or did the tipping point reposturing seed, whether it was partner, high performer, stakeholder, or super seed. All right. If you've received your prophecy on last week, can you tell them something different going on? And they're getting so long. It used to be like a minute. I prophesied, I can't remember who it was. And it was 4.5 minutes. But it's like the spirit just had my eyes through there, just going from thing to thing. I said, when is it going to stop? And I said, oh, I got to pull out. And I pulled out. And that's what the problem is, because I don't like to pull out. And so I just had to tell myself, okay, to stop. They're going to show again another time. You got to go through everything. Because it's love. See, the gifts operate through love. And it's the love and the concern and the affection that causes the flow. Even when you're casting out an evil spirit, for those of you that still believe in that and believe that people do that, I do. And it's love is the motivation. And how you turn that off? Not easily. No, not easily at all. All right. I see you, CJ and Tank there. Yes, I admitted it. I don't like to pull out. I don't. Mm-hmm. They said that to me, and they're saying, just let it go. You ain't got to tell it all in one day. And you're right. I don't. But, it just seemed like it's just so proper. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to sit in it and let it marinate. That's true. I do. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to recognize and I'm going to mention those of you that let me know in the chat that you have sown and you donated. I want to recognize it. If I don't get to you, inside Patreon the next day by 5 p.m., we always post. Look for your name there. I always see that list. Okay, so let me go a little bit further so we ain't got so much on the last 15 days of the month. Okay, so there's some astrological stuff that has happened. It's the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Oh, the 20th is Friday. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. Unless something come up, Friday morning prayer is going to be a quick teaching because that's when Neptune and Saturn are in Aries at the 0 degree point, which has always been said in astrology and astronomy. I'm going to say astrology because it's not all the way through astronomy, certain astronomers. But in astrology, it's believed that the world was created at 0 degree in Aries. So for Neptune and Saturn to be at this never before point, we're calling this the global reset. And there are things that are happening, so many astrological events in February and between April, actually all the way to August, because then there's all of that. It's a lot going on. And I got to share with you about the Constitution, which I've already shared a little bit. And we're hearing the conversation about the Constitution coming up. So I got quite a bit. I still got to share the next 2 Sunday mornings. But we've done the money audit and the business audit. Let's look at the health audit. Will your body be able to hold under this prolonged stress while eating this food that makes you inflamed? You've been ignoring the signals of the tipping point, been at the pressure point, ignoring the extreme exhaustion. You have normalized carrying stress in your body and producing under stress. And you have no recovery protocols. You have all these things you do to manage weed, alcohol, sex, playhouse time. You are doing all these things to manage. These are not recovery protocols. And you have a reactive healthcare regimen. You are not into prevention. Now, that cannot be said about me. You're not into preventing the cause. You respond to what is happening. You eat what you know you ain't supposed to eat, and then you stop it when you start having the adverse reaction versus becoming a fit for the future and moving into self-care and being preventive. That's reactive healthcare. Put it in the chat. Reactive healthcare. Help me call somebody to see themselves. Reactive healthcare. And let me go ahead. Y'all know we do that as Black and browns. Healthcare, dental care, ain't none of that. Chiropractic ain't at the top of our list. Because typically we kept out of the jobs that give that to you or can afford the insurance payment for that. One of my chiropractor friends, he told me he's also an actor. He said, I don't see Black people in chiropractic until they have a wreck or something go bad. And once they get okay, I don't see them again until they get bad. But then as children, they come and get adjusted in the white community. It's part of dental care. It's part of your primary care physician, referral thing out to the specialist to get what you need done. Most of us are in reactive healthcare regimens. We got to get out of that. Especially when your government in the USA is in chemical warfare against you, trying to give you a disease for the sake of $1. So you gotta play the system, work the system, beat the system. I see y'all want me to be sick, so y'all don't get this money ever so often. Oh no. I'm putting some things in place where that can't be. Take a moment, hit like and hit share so that people will see this when they open up their YouTubes and Facebooks, please. Mm-hmm. Get into the habit of regulating your nervous system through meditation. Intentionally sleep and rest. This is what Spirit communicated to me. Do it now before you have to. Rest up. Because see, if you keep postponing that type of care, that type of self-care, I just tasted those sugar-covered fruit sticks at Global Village. I wonder how that tastes if you drag it through vanilla bean ice cream. I think I've discovered something. All right, come out of that. See, if you keep postponing your health care and you're only reactive, you're going to have irreversible health issues. Do you know prevention is way more affordable than having to fix this, that, and the other when you get sick? This foam stuff is coming off this wall. Y'all going to have to figure this out because this ain't going to work. Are y'all hearing me? I'm looking in the chat, see what y'all saying. The sad thing is the insurance doesn't even cover it. So I tried to budget. A whole shame. Reactive healthcare, absolutely, David Cooks. How you doing? You got any stock tips to give us? Put over there in not Patreon. You need to get in Celestial Circle. Come on. Okay. You hear me loud and clear. Okay, Grandma, I'm taking your word for it. You got your hand on the pulse of the community, right? You don't want to end up with an irreversible or hard to reverse. I feel like there's really nothing that's not irreversible, but I do know you can catch stuff so far that you can end up transitioning before you can reverse it. Just eat water. Eat water, eat vitamins, eat minerals, eat protein. That's just that. And drink water. And you know it's difficult because we comfort food. We eat cause it's good. You see me going through all of the fat boy things because I love the depths of the flavor on my tongue. Who doesn't like that? Oh my God. I was eating the other day. I said, "Yeah, I'm full." I said, "But it just tastes good to my mouth. I enjoy this. Is everybody enjoying this the same way that I am? It just tastes good to my tongue. All of my taste buds are going on, and I just want to keep doing it Overton again." Now, I want you to look at how you're eating, what you're doing, the signs that your body have given you up until now. Let's add 5 years in our imagination how we're going to look 5 years from now and begin to project. What am I doing right now to my body, the level of sugar that I'm drinking? Because that's the main thing for us blacks and browns. We drink most of our way right into diabetes. That if I don't change, it's going to be irreversible. And stop doing it today. Simple. Problem solved. I'm going to say this. If you're not in a walking regimen and you're over 40 years old, if you're not in a walking regimen, I would say the gym. But you don't have to go to the gym to buy 2 free weights around the house to keep you building muscle. If you're not in a walking and a weight training regimen, you're on your way to some health scare because you need muscle. Men, from waist down, build your muscle. It determines the strength of your legs, your thigh, hamstrings, determines the length of life you're going to have. Ladies, you must build muscle as well on the regular. But walking is the most healthiest thing you can do for your health and all of the systems of your body. You must be doing that. There's no if, ands, or but. Or you are committing in increment suicide. Gotta get that money. You're chasing wealth and you're not well. Wellness before wealth. Put it in the chat. Wellness before wealth. And this is wellness psychologically, mental, but we're talking physical, but it's all of that before wealth. Regulate. All right, number 4. What time is it? Oh, I got 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to stop there. I got to give you 4, 5, and 6. And I will do that on next Sunday and then take you into the astrological aspects. Now, I've already mentioned some astrological things right here. You can screenshot this because February the 1st was a monumental day that aligned with some things historically that we can look back at that happened that we know is symbolic and prophetic to the February 1st we just walked through. And the 13th on my birthday is when Saturn went into Aries. So now Neptune and Aries both in Aries, but they're going to come to the 0 degree on the 20th of February. And I told you guys that we were already in the energy of that and what it meant. I done this on part 1 and lightly mentioned it in part 2. 2026, 2027, 2028, we're going to be in the breakdown and the rebirth. West and 250 years old collapses. Collapse in the sense that the systems and everything that was prior are no more referred to or used successfully. And this Make America Great Again is literally saying, I want to go back and use these systems that work. We're going to be experiencing some bad things, some Jim Crow-ish era type kind of going on, some post-civil rights questioning of rights and who has the right to vote and who is the voter and who is not. All of that is going to be going on these 3 years. Biometrics. Make sure you got your stuff together, get your documents together. I told y'all last week, Kendall read off for me when I said, what should we do right now? And I told you the things that need to be done right now. Go back and listen to that and get that power in your hand. But ultimately, it is not going to be. This is a do-over and a redo, so that it has to be a revisit for a reset. Mm-hmm. And that is going to be happening. But I can see many of you are going to make some decisions that is going to secure you and your family's future. And it will involve living outside of the country over the next 10 years, meaning you're outside the country more than you're inside. And that is going to be difficult to do for some. And it's going to be a question mark over the head of those of us that have dual citizenship and dual residency, those of us that have multiple passports. There's going to be conversation about restricting our movement and our accessibility. And then our money goes into a space in where it's not fully under our control. Privacy is going to be a thing because that Project Esther that's tucked into Project 2025, that is a bit of control where a button can be hit, you can't buy or sell. You can't do anything because of your statements online about this administration or Donald Trump. And I need for you all to be very clear that Donald Trump is the figurehead and is the front man. But someone else is pulling the strings and he don't even know it. He can't know it because then he will blow up the whole spot. He would. But what is built around him, this has been a strategy at play since 1973. The Heritage Foundation, they were formed for the purpose of making America great again, meaning pre-civil rights, 1965, 1968. That they are the response to that. And this is a generational strategy that's passed down to get it all back how it was, because civil rights is an issue. This is why you cannot be celebrating immigrants being shipped out who are not criminals. Hell, I want y'all to ship out everybody that's a darn criminal. I don't care who it is. They can be Americans. Goodbye. Just make America safe for the first time again. I didn't even know that I needed safety like I experience now. And we've been called out by some of the people here, some of the expats, mostly expats here in Dubai. You don't meet a lot of people who's from here, like an Emirati, but who are terribly nice and smell so good. You got some of the stinking folk that is here, or stinking to our American nose, but it's it's everybody. Everybody's from Egypt, from everywhere in Africa, a whole bunch of different, from Northern Africa, a lot, and some from other parts of Africa, and Europeans, and a whole lot of different people. And so it's a great place to get a good view of the world. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to tell y'all something. But, yeah. I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm trying to say something. God, I wish it'd come back. That coughing on whoa. What was I saying? Anybody remember? Mm-hmm. But a great safety. Thank you, coffee, or God, or Jesus, or ancestor, angel, whoever. And this happened to me and Michael, where the expats and the locals, let me say that, whether they're expat or not or native, they said you thought it was gone once leaving. I didn't, and just looking over the shoulder. Oh, where my bag? Okay, grab somebody gonna steal it. I didn't know that I needed that kind of protection and safety. I did not know that I was so strict. Do y'all know? I feel like I breathed for the first time. I didn't know even when I'm posting on social media, I would get in this thing and I wouldn't breathe till after I hit post. And that came from the grind energy and make it happen quick, fast. That's in the USA that I've been under. And I watched myself. I got very cognizant. I said, breathe, and my body went and relaxed. And then I just, in a different energy, done my work. Y'all know that stress? What's that? Cortisol, I think it is. And you put your body up under all of that. And that's the good thing about the USA, the way that it's set up. You can make money many different types and kinds of way. You get in the grind, you're going to win. But that predatory capitalism that your business flows in, you can't help but certain energies be at play in your life. And I didn't realize that was one that was at play. Just a consistent energy to get it done, which is great, but it comes with consequences. There's another way too. You can work a different way. And I've learned that here. Breathe, calm, sit. A lot of us have some are in a mental crisis, and then it's got some behavioral issues because of the food, because of the way we grew up in an unsafe world. We looking over our shoulder. We can't sit still by ourselves in one place. All of that the result of you coming up in a culture like that. Yeah. Yep. So it's right. It shrinks your brain too, but that lets you know it's by design because the shrinking brain can be easily controlled. Didn't know I needed that at all. Right. He's the front man. He can close his eyes. I feel like if he closes his eyes right now, it's going to actually get worse. And who they prepared for that seat takes the place and implements some of the most craziest things. Yeah. Vonda says, I know it. My recent test results reflected the stress I'm under. Absolutely. So we at number 3 when it comes to this audit. Now the next audit is going to be the faith audit. And that's where we're going to get into a decolonization and deconstruction of the Abrahamic faiths that I discussed earlier. Really looking at the inherited faith and the faith that aligns with you, the difference between the two. Because, faith is not a heaven or hell issue. It's just a system in which you practice your spirituality, the foundation of your mysticism. You get to choose that. And if it does not align with your core and your personal morals, then you can just let it go and embrace something else, whether that is from some organized religion or not. You get to choose what works for you, and hopefully you will choose what actually works for you. That stuck with a lot of us coming into the new year. They got a lot of interaction online too when we pulled that clip. Is your belief system rooted in fear, supremacy, or silence? Okay, we're going to have to deconstruct. Is your God language imperial? Is your God language protective to the system and injurious to your relationship with Source? Are you calling him Lord, King, Master, Ruler that reigns forever, ruler over everything? Your intention as an African has been kept pure, even using those empire terms. But if you think that using those terms have not affected your understanding and relationship with God, you are deceived. Because words are capsules for energy. And if the word don't match the intention and the energy, it still has an effect. Who's that? On you. It does. When I sing songs like, I lift my hands in adoration, I lift my hands in holy reverence, oh God, my King, ruler of everything, oh God, I lift my hands. And there's a king line in there. But my intentionality when I sing that is the maker, the creator, the source, the creator, the maker. Ooh, I love that one. The creator, all, God, divine intelligence. That's my intention, always has been. That's why I was able to invoke with it and conjure with it because of my intent. But my words did matter then. It did. And so now I'm changing that. This is the audit of the faith. And we're going to pick up here when we come back together. We have to intentionally change our language. And I still say Lord. Sometimes, not all the time. Just like it took with me saying spent when it came to money and save and all of that. I got to, because you know, when you're being coached, the first thing you have to do is coach your language around things. So that's important to use the right word. Right, Akeem. She says 100% church brain reset needs to be done in everyone because of the teachings, the programming we learn. The audit of the faith. I can't wait to hop into this one. This is going to be freeing for so many, yes. I'm working on intentionally changing my language. I think I'm going to do a 4 or 5 song EP of some of our favorite church or gospel songs and deconstruct them. Now, that's a great way to say it. Of deconstructing our, for instance, like, when I think of the goodness of, no, let me say this. Here you go. When I think of the goodness experienced and all the things done for me, my soul cries out in adoration. I thank God for blessing me. Oh, and I feel it. Let's sing it again. When I think of the goodness experienced and all the things done for me. Yo, excuse my voice, I'm hoarse. My soul cries out in adoration. I thank God for blessing bless me. And this one was stuck in my spirit all day long, and I was singing it in the band. And this is another one that I love. I feel good, good, good. I feel good, good, good. Every time I think about the future, I feel good. I feel good, good, good. I feel good, good. Every time I think about the future, I feel good. How that feel to y'all? And then I was singing this one the other day. All these songs written in my soul, but I wanted to align it with my deconstructed soul. This is the day. This is the day that I have made with the words I say, and I will rejoice. Yes, I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that I have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is the day. This is the day that my words have made. I'm going to sing it again. This is the day. This is the day that I have made with the words I say. I will rejoice. Yes, I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that I have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is the day. This is the day that my words have made. So at least those three will actually be on an EP. I'm thinking about it to just help us deconstruct not just our prayers, but our song. And remember, the man that sings prays twice. So not only are we going to be enjoying this new chat GPT to help us pray about things in the deconstructed, decolonized way that we're creating, but we also need songs that have been deconstructed and decolonized. Mm-hmm. I think my favorite out of that is I feel good. Good, good. I feel good, 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 good. Every time I think about the future, it makes me just feel good. Yeah. All right. 7 superseders. I want to speak the word of God to you. 7 high performers, 7 stakeholders, Shamaka will call you. And I think I said 75 partners. Consider that. And remember the invitation that you have to be a part. Those first 2 sessions we had for the band coaching. You'll get that if you become a Celestial Circle member, and you'll get this entire course. The next class is on the 25th. The class on the 28th, I got to edit it so it can go out to everyone. And the way you do that, go to mbng.org, click Celestial Circle, 2026. You ain't got to do it all today. You can choose one of those programs there and do it over months and become a part. But when we sit on my end, I'll be calling you with the prophetic word and welcoming you to the Celestial Circle. All right. What you talking about? You say you like that one about the tussle. You talking about me and the devil had a tussle, but I could never connect with that. But hey, if you want me to redo it, I sure will. I come up with something that aligns. Me and the past had a tussle, but I won. I mean, that'll work. The past. Yesterday. All right. Thankfully, I don't have any pain because this chair is from heaven, made in the factory of the Lord. It works amazingly. And I feel nothing. It's a gaming chair. If you have some problems, you sit down at your desk, work day, you got issues, go and invest in the gaming chair. They make that for them children to sit there in front of that computerations and just click, click, clack, clack, click, click, clack, clack all day. So get this here. I'm 48 with sciatica and lower back problems, 4 bulging disc, 1 herniated. And I don't be feeling nothing when I sit in this chair. So you might need to go get it, especially you up in age. Look at that. Say, I feel the difference. I'm singing. That's what I was saying. It's the difference. But for one thing, you're cognitively you shifted. So when you sing it now, everything's aligning. Hey, thank you, Tiffany McCormick, for your tipping point high performer. Miss Pat said the computer chairs ain't worth a damn. That's funny. Beverly Sweeten, thank you for your partner seed. DeQuincia, thank you for your partner seed. Super seed, Aretha Henderson, can't wait to speak with you. Irene Simmons, thank you so much for your tipping point seed. Kendall Peacock, thank you for your high performer seed. Shelly, thank you for your partner seed. CJ Tabiri and the Tabiri trio. Super seed, I get to speak to you. Great. Lee Speaks. It was good seeing your face the other day. Tipping point. Super seed, I get to speak to you too. Y'all, we about to have our 7 in the super seed. Taruma and tipping point seed. Thank you, Lori Scott. That's partner seed. Partner seed, Latina. Partner seed, I sent your prophecy. Make sure y'all checking if you in Celestial Circle, check over there versus your normal phone number. Check over there. Okay. That's Lori Scott. Got her. Trenton. Thank you. Whoa. You done a super seed. Whoa. And you done the one that we normally do, but I done a different one today. Thank you, Trenton. Thank you so much. I can't wait to speak with you. High performer, Batsons. God bless you. Lawana, super seed. I get to speak to you. It's been since last month. All right. Dr. Stephanie. Snatch. I needed to get snatched in my throat this morning around my business. Thank you. Partner C, I got you. That's the coaching aspect. It ain't always that nice. Thank you, Linda Pro, for your partner C. God bless you. Aris Long, stakeholder. Shamako going to be calling you. Thank you so very much. Also, Patricia Fuller, high performer. Thank you. We about to get our 7 there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for your support. Super C, Mother Ivory, I just sent the word of the Lord to you. The words of God, you see? The words of God to you in the middle of the night sometime, and I get to do it again. That's great. I love that. Kimberly Bills, Taruma and Partner C, thank you so very much. Hey, stakeholder C, Shamako gonna be calling you Rhonda Jones. Nice speaking to y'all yesterday. It was such a blessing. Dorothy Curtis, partner C. How are you, Dorothy? How you been doing? Letitia Murphy, high performer. I think we almost got the high performers. Thank you. Tag. Stakeholder. Okay, I think we halfway to stakeholders. I do think. Thank you so much. Jenna, was good speaking with you yesterday. Partner C, thank you so much. High performer aesthetics, Shamako's going to be calling you. Thank you so very much. Shamako, high performer. I just sent your no. Yeah, I just prophesied to you. Do you got your prophecy? Maybe I didn't click send, but I guess I would have to do your high performer. Gretchen, partner C, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Key. How are you doing? Stakeholder Shamako's going to be calling you. I'm late, but felt I needed to sow now. I know that's right. Put that in the ground. It was right temperature for that sowing. Kristen Patton, hello. Thank you for your partnership. Seed. Wanda Vernon Collier. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. High performer Shamako's going to be calling you. And Miss Danielle Lee, thank you for your partner, Seed. Czar Reverse. I know who you are, though. That's just, that ain't your name. Thank you so much for your partnering. Seed, Super Seed, Janaya McDonald. I get to connect with you. You will hear from me soon. Carrie Jones, partner Seed. How are you doing, Carrie? I saw your new picture. Sporting that gray hair. Thank you, Fola, for your seed. Thank you, Nikki Ojo, for your partner Seed. We've exceeded the super seeds, Ms. Pat said. Clap in the chat. Tiffany, high performer seed, thank you so very much for your seed. Oh, William, super seed, I get to speak with you. That's great. Stakeholder seed is what Key did. So Shamaka going to be calling you. Vonda Simmons, it was good seeing you and your mom on the screen last night. Thank y'all so much for them birthday shout outs. It was amazing. Julie Alexander, good seeing you too. High performer Shamako is going to be calling you. Lahoma, Shamako is going to be calling you. You enjoyed the party yesterday. It was dope. Stakeholder Donnell, look, you have what you say. Here it is. Donnell Latrice, great. I'm glad I get to speak with you guys because there's something in the air. Sandra Woods, partner C, thank you so very much. All right. Let me see here. Who is this right here? Monica Keones. Thank you so very much. High performer. Shamako's going to be calling you and speaking with you. It's not too late if you're watching and you were touched. And some of you don't want to do it right now because you want somebody to know that you have given over here. That's okay. I understand. As soon as I log off, you can do it. Want nobody to know. It'll be between me and you. Okay. All right. God bless all of you. Have an amazing day. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Candace Johnson. I see your partner, Seed. Thank you. I see it in the chat. All right. And I will speak with you guys later. I hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy? All right. You did. Get off this thing, Larry. You're getting talky. Again, looking in this chat. Get on up out of here. All right. See you later.
It's really real, a little too much for me. Wanna thank you for the life you give me, the steps I take, really is amazing to me. Always there for me, God, it really don't play about me. Don't play about me, God really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, it really don't play about me. Really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, it really don't play about me. About me, don't play about me. Don't wanna be to me, but I feel all my enemies really underestimated me. I'll sit back, I'm gonna watch them all. One by one they'll fall, and nobody answered their call. God, it really don't play about me. don't play about me. God really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, he really don't play about me. Really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, he really don't play about me. God, he really don't play about me. Don't play about me. God really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, he really don't play about me. Really don't play about me. God really don't play about me. No, he really don't play about me.